Hello, everybody. Scott Golden, Golden Opportunities Coaching here. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you who are seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is discuss a variety of topics on a coaching, emotional, psychological basis. We do that almost on a daily basis. We try to get audios up every day. There's 270 plus up for your listening pleasure currently. Hopefully, there's something there that you like. If so, please give it a listen, share it with people, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if there's something we can do to add to your enjoyment, please feel free. We can often get audios done within a couple of days of request. So this particular audio is about how to know if you've chosen the wrong partner. We've all done it, but we often don't realize it until the close of a relationship or closer to the close of a relationship. And many of us wish we could kind of beat the process, right? Like not have to go through months or years of being with the wrong person. I know I can look back at my life and realize that I lost a couple of years that I'd rather not have lost by being with the wrong person. And so we've all been there. So there's about 6 or 7 things I want to talk about that speak to perhaps being with the wrong person or not in the right relationship for you. The first is really simple, but pretty profound. If you're changing yourself or changing your opinions, changing your viewpoints, just to keep the other person happy and to avoid conflict, it's great to evolve with a person, and relationships are about emotional and mental and spiritual evolution. But if you're changing just to avoid the negative consequence of being different than your partner, then the relationship is built on a false premise and will eventually fall apart. And you need to look at the reality of kind of fixing things in a different way, fixing things in a manner that's helpful and useful for you. The next is if you feel drained or tired or exhausted or frustrated or any real negative emotion after dealing with your partner on a consistent basis. So yeah, you'll have a night or maybe a weekend that is difficult. Excuse me there. You'll have a night or weekend that may be difficult from time to time. But if more often than not, you're looking at the relationship going, blah, I feel like I just ran a marathon, you're not in the right situation. It doesn't matter what they're saying to you. It doesn't matter what they're doing for you. If you're not energized or at least feeling calm and supported in a relationship, it will eventually grow to a point where it's not productive for you, potentially not productive for the other person either, if they're really looking for a balanced relationship and not just a body to have and to hold. The next thing is if you ever feel physically, mentally, or emotionally unsafe. So this is where early relationships and abuse patterns begin. The first time you feel unsafe with a person, it's time to bail. And it doesn't mean that the circumstances you feel unsafe, but the person makes you feel unsafe, as though you cannot determine what they're going to do, what they're going to say, how harmful they may be, if they may physically attack you, if they may verbally, berate you, or if they may make your emotions go in a wookie place on a consistent basis. And I know there's a lot of people that say you have to give people multiple chances, and you do if it's a small disagreement. But if you really feel jarred to the point where you feel unsafe, even for a couple of seconds, it's time to bail. The next thing is, do you see them in your future? If the answer to that question is no, then why are you there? A lot of times people use relationships as a reason or way to feel socially connected, and that, while that's perfectly logical, unless both people agree that that's all you're doing, hurt feelings will eventually develop from that type of scenario. So when you really honestly can look at a person and say, I don't see a future with them, and you haven't had a conversation with them to see if they feel the same way, that conversation needs to happen or the relationship needs to end, because sooner or later they will grow a further attachment than you want them to. If you're keeping them a secret from your friends, family, or loved ones, or if they're doing the same for you, a relationship that has long-term potential, a relationship that has a solid grounding, everybody kind of knows everybody, or at least the willingness to get to know other people that are important to them, and them get to know people that are important to you is part of the relationship build. If that's not a part of the relationship build, then either you're going to lose your friends and family or the people that matter to you, or they're going to make the same losses, or the relationship will be outgrown. All three of these are negative consequences. The second to last one is if you feel like you're putting in more work or more effort than the other person. So obviously there are times where we have to be extra supportive. If a person is going through hardship, lost a job, maybe they've had disagreements at home, maybe they have a rough relationship with other friends or parents or whomever, and we have to be supportive for a week, couple weeks, maybe a month. But when you're constantly going on several months and you're not getting anything back emotionally, it's time to bail, time to get out. And the last one, obviously, if you're still thinking either about your ex or about being with other people, and it brings you more joy to think about either being in a past relationship or a relationship you haven't even explored, you're in the wrong situation. Because the idea of building a relationship is that the desire to be with your current partner becomes predominant so that you continue to build with them. So that is a close for today. Hopefully this has been helpful. I encourage you, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.